What was it, like 3 a.m.? Really? That's when you want to make love to me, at 3? I think it's so selfish the way his mind thinks on his time to make love to me.
Listen, boom. What's going on, people? What's going on? This episode is going to be something else. Oh my days. Strap your seatbelts in. It's gonna be a madness. But anyway, so let's just start off with this first bit here, because obviously this isn't the funny bit. It's the part that's better come later on in the video. But all right, boom. So obviously we got a situation here with Nikki, and Nikki's, as per usual, is always complaining. Okay, they finally become intimate, I believe, for the second time, and she's still complaining purely because it was at a time that was not convenient for her. It was 3 a.m, so therefore it wasn't romantic. I mean, boo-hoo. Listen, woman, you're always saying that you want it. You finally get it and you're still not happy. I mean, I understand the situation not being the ideal situation. I really, really do. But you know, sometimes in life you sit there and you say to yourself, can I ever make somebody happy? And Nikki's just one of those people who, if I was around her energy, I'd just be like, I just don't know if I could ever make you happy, because there's always something to fuss about. You know, I introduce you to my family, I introduce you to my friends, I take you out for a picnic, you know what I mean? I do all these things for you, but all you want to do is still moan that I'm not giving you intimacy. Then I give you intimacy, and then you complain about how the time was wrong and it wasn't romantic, body, daddy, da. Damn. I don't know how Nikki doesn't get tired of herself, to be honest with you. You are draining. Draining. But anyway, we continue.
Not being intimate more, and you not on me? Like, is that, like, literally the thing in my head is because I'm trans? Or this is just normal for you?
When you show me some emotions, I'm feeling from you like man vibes. You understand? Can man. But you understand me?
Yeah, I do.
I need a woman, nice woman. You can be a nice woman. I want Nikki to change in our relationship is her temper. Sometimes Nikki, I think, with a lot of masculine energy.
You know what? At first, I thought that she was going to go absolutely ballistic. But I like the fact that she laughed it off, to be honest with you. Because that clearly means that she knows that secretly that still exists in her. You know what I mean? And she knows that that part of her comes out at any given time. Which is quite interesting because, well, just wait until we get further down the video, because it is interesting to what she says later on down the line, which maybe explains why she didn't go crazy about him saying this. But you know what, though? I will say this, though. Igor, Justin, he can't just behave as if he doesn't sometimes trigger her mood to be like this. Because obviously there's times when he does certain things, says certain things that, if you ask me, it doesn't matter what gender you are, you're gonna lose your shiz. You know, it's definitely gonna make you feel a bit uneasy, if you dig what I'm saying. But yeah, we're about to get into those parts real soon.
Would you rather just be friends? Would you rather just...
Not just friends.
Well, I don't have sex with my friends, and you really just rarely have sex with me, so...
Just friendship, friendly sex. I don't know how it's...
You have friendly sex with your friend?
Girls, yeah? Here in Moldova.
You do?
We have sex in this period.
Come on, Igor. Don't lie to me.
I'm telling you about difference.
But, you know, guys are always going to be guys. And little does he keep forgetting is that I used to be a boy, and I still have that part of the brain working, and I know what guys think before they think it. So if he thinks...
Little does he know that I used to be a freaking boy. The funny part about it is that he still sees you as a freaking man. That is the part that's quite hilarious, to be honest with you. So she can talk about she used to be a little boy, but guess what? That little boy is something that you project, I guess, more than enough for him to be like, whoa, you are not the woman. Whoa, you are not woman enough for me. Whoa, whenever you lose your temper, it reminds me of men. So to be honest with you, she can talk about that little boy all she wants, but that's my point there. You know what I mean? That it is quite interesting that Nikki knows that that mentality still exists, because there's a lot of people that deny it. So to be fair, I actually respect Nikki for being open about it and being like, listen, I still got that mentality. I've still got that here. It comes when it comes. But I think sometimes when it comes, she's very unaware of it. And that's where, boom, all of a sudden it goes from, hey guys, I'm Nikki, to, hey guys, what's going on? Of course, not like that. But if the only way I can do, I can do the impersonation, so you know where I'm flickering, you know what I mean? Come on now. If you've seen Gen V, you'll get it. If you haven't seen Gen V, then let her go over your head and cry about it. But anyway, with that being said, though, it's quite hilarious that oh yeah, that's another point. She calls him Ignore. So when she's actually pissed, she calls him by his actual name. That is quite interesting, to be fair. Not very kind. But anyway, imagine this: somebody calls you by your actual birth name when they're mad at you, but they call you by a whole different name when they're happy with you. Make that make sense. That is so weird. Like, that would make me feel like my name is literally like the worst name ever. It makes me feel like as if my name is only a name that's worth saying only when you're annoyed at me. Like, wow, that wouldn't make me feel good about myself personally. So it is quite interesting how she's kind of like, you know, demoralized his name. Is it demoralized? Degrade his name. You know, it's quite interesting how she uses his name in vain. You know what I mean, or in a negative way. You know what I mean. But either way. It is quite interesting how this guy fully admits that he cheated on her. He doesn't necessarily admit it right there, but the fact that he's talking about how he has intercourses with his friends, I can imagine how that would make anyone feel. It doesn't matter whether that person's trans or not, okay? You said it to any woman, okay? She would be pissed, 100%. Why wouldn't she be? He said it to a man. He'll be pissed. Why wouldn't he be? Oh, so you've been sleeping with your friends? Really? Really? And let's be real, a lot of people don't like their partners being friends with the gender that they are attracted to. So to be honest, if he wants to still marry Nikki and still be friends with his friends, he's gonna have to throw those friends to the corner because those friends won't be his friends anymore. You know what I mean? Because there's no way she's gonna tolerate that, because nobody would tolerate that. Like, come on, let's be real.
That you had sex with, slept with. I mean, now's the time to tell me. I'm not going to judge you.
When we start more seriously period in our life,
Which was when? To you?
we gave it this ring
So you feel that was the most serious time in August? It wasn't for Mexico?
for me.
Okay. Okay, done.
Then, and from this moment, clear.
So before that, you were other girls, right? For the K1 visa in June, and you were ready bitches? Are you serious?
It's not looking good. Do you know what though? I gotta respect the fact that this guy has no mercy but telling the truth. I respect that. I respect the fact that he's doing that, you know, but the way he does it though is so strange. Like, it's like, this is what we do though. This is normal. Everybody's okay with it. Everybody accepts it. Like, I'm like, rah. I mean, listen. Justin, aka Igor, aka Justin, whatever. I think for him, before he decides to date a woman from abroad or from another country, from abroad in general, he needs to understand that maybe how they do things in Moldova isn't necessarily how they do things obviously elsewhere, you know. And it is quite sad because, you know, he's kind of given this perception now of maybe in Moldova that's just something that people do, which arguably could be something that nobody does. We really don't know, not for sure, you know what I mean? But either way though, I think it's more sad that he's not exactly apologetic for it. You know, he says it with his chest, he says it with no remorse. And he says it as if, like, you know, Nikki should just accept it. And I don't think that's fair. You know, I feel like he should be very open-minded to what he's saying and very open-minded to how it could offend other people. And most importantly, in this situation, the fact that he's been avoiding intimacy with her this whole time, like, that's only going to make you feel like crap. You know what I mean? Like, it's not going to make you feel any better whatsoever. And that's just the grand scheme of it. But this is what happens though when you decide to be with somebody from a different culture, from a different country, you know, from a different vibe. And so to be fair, you can argue and say that maybe this is what happens. Maybe this is Nikki's karma. We can say that too. This is what happens when you go abroad and look for a man. This is also what happens when you go look for a man and also lie to him about who you really are. So to be honest with you, Nikki can be pissed and she rightly so should be allowed to 100%. But at the same time, if you ask me, I feel like this was karma pending to happen.
Babe, this is better than masturbating.
Make love to me. It all makes sense. I had already filed the K1 visa, so for him to literally tell me that he was sticking his in other women, and I don't know if I want to go forward with the engagement at this point.
Now that stuff made me laugh. So that's why I was laughing at the very beginning of the video. But I was like, oh my goodness. I could watch that clip 10 times over and I would still find it funny. My man literally has his justification. That it was his justification. That is why him and his friends sleep together. And the mad thing about it is when he says it, he laughs as well. He says, give me 1 second. No remorse, no mercy. I mean, listen, man. Each is of their own. Yeah. Each is of their own. That's just the grand scheme of it. But honestly, the audacity that this guy has to then literally not even try and reassure her, not even try to comfort her or whatever. His go-to is, but this is better than you know what. But this is what I was saying before that. Fair enough, obviously Nikki may have moments where she loses her absolute cool, which is not nice at all, which is very unattractive, but he can't pretend as if he doesn't trigger it. Even even though it may be unintentionally, he'll still triggering it. And it's kind of annoying that I feel like in this relationship, there was a big struggle of reading each other's language. You see what I'm saying? I feel like that she's speaking a whole different language and he's speaking a whole different language in terms of their communication. They are on two different pages, but they're not understanding each other. Do you see what I'm saying? They have both been very ignorant to their own cultures, to where they both come from, and not really trying to learn about where each other's come from and how things work. You know what I mean? And they're both trying to force feed things that just are unhealthy. More Nikki than him, though, of course. But hey, you guys let me know what you're thinking and we can talk about it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and of course, peace.